Welcome to the Abbotsford Fish and Game Club. As a member, you're now part of one of the best facilities in British Columbia. In this video, we'll cover how to access our facilities for both firearms and archery, club policies, frequently overlooked rules, and we'll touch on some of the great opportunities available to you as a member. The club is typically open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. weekends. In addition, these hours are subject to change and do frequently change, so check our website for the latest schedule. The club is often used for special events, competitions, and member functions, so always check the schedule the day before you show. This will avoid any wasted trips to the club. The club always endeavors to have at least one range available, but sometimes that's not always possible. If you intend to use the firearm ranges, you cannot uncase a firearm outside of the range hours. We have a 3D archery range on the mountain, and archers may be present on the hill before or after these times. Again, do not uncase a firearm before the range is officially open, and make sure that your firearm is cased before the official closing time for that day. There are 4 firearm ranges, an archery range, and a 3D archery range at the Abbotsford Fish and Game Club. The archery range features targets for both broadhead and field tips. Range 1 is an indoor range and is 25 meters in length. The range features full HVAC and ample ventilation. Range 1 is approved for all pistol calibers. Range 2 is 100 meters in length and is approved for all calibers of rifles and pistols. It also features trap equipment and can be viewed from the clubhouse. Range 3 is 60 meters in length and is approved for up to including 50 BMG. Range 4 is 20 meters in length and is approved for up to and including .308 Winchester. Ranges can be accessed using the following procedures and practices. When you intend to use a range, put on your eye and ear protection before you enter. Next, sign in at the board with your name, membership number, and the time you arrived. If you bring a guest, ensure that you sign him or her in as well, and pay the guest fee using the envelopes provided. Let's stop here for a minute. If you bring guests to the range, it is the member's sole responsibility to directly supervise that guest. To be clear, it is your responsibility to keep your guests and your fellow members safe. Do not leave your guest or guests unattended. This is even more important when your guest is a novice. Using the passcode on the back of your membership card, unlock the door and enter the range. Do not open the door for anyone you don't know as a member of the club. This is a safety and security issue. Observe the status of the range. If the range is safe, then you must wait until the range is active to handle your firearm. You cannot handle a firearm unless the range is active. Uncase your firearm on the firing line. This rule is in place to allow you to perform your first safety check with the muzzle pointed down range. The firing line is the only place a firearm can be loaded, and only when the range is active. When a ceasefire is called, you must stop shooting immediately. Then, unload, make safe, place your firearm on the shooting table with the muzzle pointing down range with its action open, and step back from the line. When you're finished, make sure you clean up completely. This includes picking up all casings and packaging. Brass casings are placed in the collection box. Steel casings and shotgun shells go in the garbage. Paper packaging and targets go in the can-marked cardboard. It is a good practice to strip your used targets off the backers. You cannot, under any circumstances, shoot the target backers with shotguns. Target stands can be found at the sides of all ranges, but please make sure you return all range equipment to its proper place. Do not forget to sign out of the range when you leave. Signing in and out is a very important activity because it affects the club's insurance. The archery range is generally open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Again, always check the schedule before you show. The archery range can be accessed using the following procedures and practices. Change the flags to indicate that the archery range is now in use. Next, sign in at the board with your name, membership number, and the time you arrived. If you have a guest, use the same procedure as on the firearm ranges. When the range is active, you may now engage targets. As mentioned, there are targets for both broadheads and field tips available. These targets are for broadheads, and these targets are for field tips. When leaving the archery range, don't forget to sign out. The 3D archery range is a great club asset. If you're an archery club member and intend to use it, make sure you're using it at the appropriate times, as the trails are behind the firearm ranges. This range is available for use typically from 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. weekdays and 6 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. on weekends. One day per month, the entire club is closed to firearms for the exclusive use of archery. It is critical that you check the schedule before you use the 3D archery range. Concerning parking, the club has two parking lots, Lot 1 near the clubhouse and Lot 2 for access to ranges 3, 4, and future range 5. There are also designated handicap parking stalls available. The club has security cameras to improve security on the property, but still, do not leave valuables in your vehicle and always lock your doors. In addition to club regulations, here are some frequently overlooked rules that deserve some attention. Anyone can call a ceasefire upon an emergency. Pay close attention if you bring a new shooter to the range. Novices and their actions are your responsibility. Do not, under any circumstances, attend the club under the influence of drugs or alcohol. No items made of glass and no alcohol containers can be used as targets. Misfired cartridges can be placed in the brass box on range 2. You cannot set up targets on the trap berms on range 2 or on the top of any berm. Repeated impacts erode the berms, making them shorter over time. In closing, let's look at some of the most important points to remember. Always check the website for accessibility before you plan to leave for the range. Take the time in advance to clearly understand your rights and responsibilities as a member. Always be in 100% compliance with all club and range rules. Your status as a member, your personal safety, and the safety of your fellow members depends on it. Remember that this is your club. Volunteering and caring for the club ensures that you have a great place to shoot and a valuable asset for your own personal use. As a member, you have access to numerous sub-clubs, social activities, educational opportunities, and club events. For a full listing of all these opportunities, see our website. There's virtually something for everyone. To voice a concern or comment, contact one of the club's executives. You can find the executive's contact information on the website as well. But please remember, all club directors are volunteers, so keep your comments fair and concise. The Abbotsford Fish and Game Club is a non-profit private club. The club operates almost entirely through the volunteer efforts of its members. Consider contributing ideas, expertise, or just some time getting to know your fellow members. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the Abbotsford Fish and Game Club.